All right, everyone, welcome in here to Trending Politics Live. I've got two very special guests here, none other than the Hodge twins. Gentlemen, how you guys doing today?
Oh, we doing real good. Living the American dream.
Awesome, man. Well, first and foremost, I want to welcome you guys in. Thank you. If you guys don't know who the Hodge twins are, man, you guys, how long have you now been talking about politics? So before, back in the day, right, it started off as just videos, working out videos. But then a couple years ago, or how long has it been since you decided to start speaking out about politics in particular?
Yeah, I think it's been about 2 years now. Yeah, it's been a little over 2 years. I mean, we've been conservative for years, but it's like we just kept it silent because we didn't want to piss black people off. Like coming out as conservative as black is like coming out of the closet as if you were gay.
It's getting worse. Yeah, absolutely. Well, so I watched a video of your guys' on Crowder, and it was a couple years ago, and you guys hadn't really come out of the conservative closet at that point, if you will. And then you said something like, well, I like how Ben Shapiro pisses off liberals all the time. And I think that was your first step into the whole thing. I mean, then you guys started talking more about it, right?
Yeah, right. And I told Steven, because we hadn't came out of the closet yet. Yeah. Steven is such a jerk. He's like, come on, man, take that next step.
He baited you. He's just throwing it out there, right? Good stuff. Hey, so we're going to talk about a lot of good stuff today. Everyone's bringing in here. We've got thousands of people joining here every few seconds, so we're happy about that across Facebook, YouTube, everywhere. So I want to first warn the audience here. We might get a little PG-13 here, so take that as a warning. You guys don't hold back. Everybody, you have been warned. This potentially, especially when I bring up the subject matter at hand. So, over the weekend, let's just say a crime was committed. Candace Owens went in on Cardi B. Let me set it up here. And if some of you guys don't know who Cardi B is, honestly, guys, if someone doesn't know who Cardi B is, how could we possibly explain that to a human being? In a minute.
Just tell them she's got some wet ass pussy.
Hey, I told you guys. I gave you guys the warning. Don't be mad. So yes, as she has this #1 song in the world that describes what they just said here so eloquently. So basically, here's the setup. Ben Shapiro was interviewing Candace Owens, and they released the interview on Sunday. Cardi B respond. Now, in this interview, Candace Owens did not hold back. She called Cardi B illiterate. She called Cardi B, hey, they're just using you because you're black and have a big platform. Well, this triggered a Cardi B meltdown on Twitter. And then Candace Owens on Instagram came in from the top rope and absolutely ended her. What was your reaction to all that? What was your reaction to that?
I was looking at it live. I said, "Oh my God, they're going in."
I mean, it's really weird that Cardi B thinks she knows politics.
Yeah. And the Democrats, man, the only reason why they're talking to this woman is because they know she's got a hit song out. She's got a lot of fame around, a lot of clout. A lot of people know who she is, and this is just a great way for them to pander to her supporters.
Yeah, and they know she's not very smart when it comes to politics. So if she's not smart, she's got 75 million followers. I'm pretty sure half these people are just on the same level as her. Maybe we can get some votes out of it. That's why they did it.
Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah. And it's funny because she for some reason was chosen to interview Joe Biden. You know, he's turning down interviews from Chris Wallace. And in that interview with Joe Biden, she's basically saying, I want lower taxes, but I also want free college and healthcare. So on what you were saying, she doesn't know a damn thing about politics.
Absolutely nothing.
Yeah, there's nothing free. Somebody paid for it. Just because it didn't come out your pocket, somebody's paying for it.
She doesn't realize for her to get free healthcare and free education, man, you know how much taxes she's going to have to pay, not only the rest of America, but her. She makes a ton of money.
Yeah. Well, what's funny is that on that note, that's how she attacked you gentlemen, right? She came out against you guys. So can you tell us how that all happened and how she posted a tweet and then immediately took it down?
Yeah, she deleted a tweet. I mean, we did a video and it was up on Twitter about her getting interviewed by Joe Biden, and we criticized her for the interview. But she deleted it. I mean, I hadn't seen it. It just showed up in our feed. And,
but she pretty much said, I know a lot about politics because I make more money than you.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't think it works like that.
And she must have been high when she tweeted that.
Yeah, then she said, She said we sound like we be effing our cousins.
Now that right there, that's
Wow.
racist. Stereotypical.
They usually use that against white people from the
Right.
South, but I guess
because
we're
guess-
from the South and
guys-
we're conservative. That works for us.
I
guess
guess I
white
never
enough.
heard it both ways. Yeah, I
Yeah.
never heard it both ways. But that's So I was watching your video on that, and the very fact that she said, I know more about politics because I make more money than you. And wasn't this the person who was just saying a few months ago, like, man, why do I have to pay so much in damn taxes? Like, right? She was like going off. I mean,
woman,
Total nonsense.
I mean, this that just shows you how great this country is. Somebody as
Dumb and as illiterate as Cardi B can be a multi-millionaire.
yeah.
yes.
And all we're asking on the right, it's cool to use your platform to
Yeah.
speak your mind, but you need to know what you're talking about because you have a lot of power and influence.
Right.
And you're steering people the wrong way. People like you is what's going to destroy this country.
Yeah, and also all
Yeah.
Candace did, man, was just pointing out, hey, they're
Yeah.
using you. They know you're
Yeah.
not up to speed
Joe
on politics.
Biden, I think that was his daughter interview. She's not up in the house listening to WAP.
Twerking.
Yeah.
Twerking. She's listening to country music.
She's listening to what's that one country song I like?
Like Jason?
Yeah, Tennessee whiskey.
She listened to, what was the name? Jason Aldean?
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
she listened to.
Yeah,
She
yeah,
listened
exactly.
to
Joe Biden, I mean, you guys used a different acronym for WAP. You said that her whack ass post that she hit you guys with that on Twitter, right?
Right,
And so
right.
That's the way to go with it. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of like the theme. I think what we're talking about here is that you got celebrities, you've got athletes, people who really don't know what the hell they're talking about when it comes to politics, but they have a huge platform. Right.
Yeah.
And so next I want to talk about the same similar thing with LeBron James. And I saw you guys did a video on him last week here. So first of all, Candace Owens tweeted this after she came off the top rope with the double fist in there saying, to those asking, no, I was not invited to speak at Cardi B's funeral. So as if she didn't destroy her enough, Candace Owens made damn sure that everyone knows. Because, you know, if you watch Candace Owens' live stream, she talked about facts. She talked about the black community. I mean, every single thing. And then she just went in. I mean, the fact that Cardi B was having a meltdown afterwards tells us all we need to know. So now I want to shift to LeBron James because you guys talked about this. LeBron James, after Jacob Blake, was shot and he's paralyzed right now. LeBron James said this dangerous comment, right? And I want to read it for you here. Here's his quote in a press conference. He says, and he's referring to the cops who shot Jacob Blake. He says, you have no idea how the cop left the house or whatever. He says, you don't know if he woke up on the wrong side of the bed. And then towards the bottom of the quote, he said, or maybe he just left the house saying that today is going to be the end for one of these black people. That's what it feels like.
Yeah, I lost all respect for LeBron because you could say that about anybody. Sounds like LeBron James got on the wrong side of the bed when he made that statement.
You bringing the cops up, woke up on the wrong side of the bed.
Yeah.
Well, we don't know that, but we do know Jacob woke up on the wrong side of the bed. Why didn't he just follow instructions?
Yeah.
Why didn't he just go down easy
Yeah.
and just be arrested? Why did he make that situation so dangerous for himself and his kids?
Yeah.
Y'all want to hold the cops to this level, but if we held each other to this level,
It would
we wouldn't
be,
need cops.
be amazing. This country would be heaven on earth.
We need
If
cops
it just
because
followed
of
the
people
rules,
like
you know?
Jacob Blake. Yeah,
Yeah.
we need
Follow the
cops
rules.
because of Jacob Blake.
And they don't even talk about
Exactly.
why the cops is even out. He had took his girlfriend's keys from her. She had called the
Yeah.
cops.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it appears that, you know, that facts really don't matter. They want to push that narrative. And so, and you also have, so like the NBA, for instance, so you got LeBron James. And furthermore, I'm sure you guys saw LeBron James, this guy is using books as a prop. He came to the press conference a few weeks ago, right?
Right.
Oh, hey, everybody, I've got this Malcolm X book, right?
Oh man.
And they're like, oh, can you tell me what it's about? And he looked like a kid who did not do his homework the next day. Did
He
you
didn't
guys
do
see
his
that?
book report. He didn't read that book. He read the preface. He was like, man, he was smart. I'm like, no shit, LeBron. He was smart.
He said he's a smart man. And I'm like, you clearly didn't read a word of this book. He said, I've been reading it for 2 days right now.
Yeah, that means he
And I
read 2 pages.
If that. But what's funny is that I made that video on TikTok and people got pissed at me. They're like, oh, well, just because he didn't know about the book, well, Trump, and I'm like, hold on. He brought the book to the press conference. Like, it's not like he was given this book. He brought it for a reason. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
How much you want to bet he was paid to do that?
Yeah, probably. Yeah. And then furthermore, right? Then he wears the hat with "Make America Arrest the Killers of Breonna Taylor." What was your guys' response to that one?
My God. I mean, that was a terrible thing that would happen. When somebody loses their life, regardless of what their activity was, it's a terrible thing.
Absolutely.
But it just goes to show you that LeBron James is not up to speed about the facts about that case.
Yeah.
There was there for a reason. They was executing a warrant. Yeah. Somebody shot through a door at police. They returned fire. Unfortunately, she got shot and killed.
Yeah.
Yes.
She was involved in a drug enterprise.
Her name was on the warrant.
Absolutely.
The address is on the warrant.
Yeah. I mean, I knew LeBron was dumb back when he was walking around with that Beto hat on. I said, how dumb do you got to be to have a Beto hat on?
Yeah, it's like me walking around with an Al Gore hat.
Yes. Well, that sums it up pretty well. I mean, I don't have the picture here, but basically, now I can still say this because the NBA Finals have not been played yet. But LeBron James has not won an NBA title since he got on stage with Hillary Clinton in 2016. Let that sink in. And I think, sometimes when you make a deal with the devil, and in this case, maybe literally, bad things happen. But, and so speaking about athletes themselves, I don't know if you guys saw this. This just happened right before we went live. You guys know Colin Kaepernick, right? The guy can't get a job.
Him again? Oh, man.
I don't know if you've heard this, guys. Just wait for it.
Yeah.
So he can't get a job in real life. So EA Sports have now put him back in Madden 2021.
What, are you going to be taking a knee?
His kneeling rating is through the roof. Yes.
He's going to be taking a knee in the video game.
He's not even in the league. Why would you put him in the...
Oh, man, no. It gets better. It gets better. Not only is he back in the video game, but they have rated him higher than half of the starting quarterbacks in the video game.
Hey, that's what you call black privilege right there.
That dude sucks. And EA Sports sucks.
He was never an upper tier quarterback. He was a decent at one point in time.
Yeah.
He went to he had some good teams, Super Bowl, but he wasn't like just a super pro quarterback.
I think what ruined it for him, I think he went vegan halfway through his career. How can you play professional football and you don't eat no meat?
He was trying to rip your head off. I mean, because he always had a thinner frame on him, and in that year that he went to the Super Bowl, I mean, he was fast. He was outrunning everyone on the field.
It was fast.
And the thing that happened is in 2016, he took that knee. So like, just put this into perspective, and this is how the left operates, right? You got Andrew Cuomo. They're telling us things that aren't true. Andrew Cuomo calling it the European virus. We've got them calling. We got the Democrats saying that Elizabeth Warren is Native American, and now now Colin Kaepernick can't get a job in real life. So what they're going to do is say, hey, just to let you know, he's better than half of the quarterbacks in the league. Because that graphic I just put, courtesy of Outkick.com, shout out to Clay Travis, is they're saying he's better than half of the quarterbacks. Even Cam Newton on that list, they're saying he's better than Cam Newton right now.
No. He's saying he's better than Cam Newton sucks too.
That is true. But at least
his hair, the way he dresses up is just whack.
He's gonna make a comeback this year, man.
I mean, it's okay to be cultural, man, but African hairdos and braids and stuff are nice, but he took it to a whole nother level.
Yeah, well, I mean, hey, at least it's not as bad as Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer taking a knee with their African garb, right? Not that level of pandering.
Yeah, they was wearing kente cloths. You know who wore the kente cloth? Black slave owners.
Yeah. Everything is backwards. Like, we can't explain it. And I don't know if you guys have seen any NBA. A couple weeks ago, I got home.
Dude, I was watching a game last night. I wasn't watching. I had some family over.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
LeBron James fan was over. I was looking at the game and the things they was wearing. They had on the court 1-800 call Jacob. I was
Wow.
like, what?
Yeah. Yeah.
And the things they had on the back of their jersey, it was just so stupid.
I used to be a big NBA fan. I've like tuned all that stuff out. Those guys are a bunch of losers.
And I love basketball, but I cannot tune in to watch.
I cannot support
stupidity.
A group of idiots.
Yeah.
Pretty much painting this country as this evil place. Man, I can't support that. Y'all some fools.
Yep.
Talking about this country is racist, and the majority of the NBA is
dollars. Playing basketball, and this country is so horrible.
Racist.
Yeah.
Boo-hoo.
Exactly. So I wanted to ask you that because I was wondering if you had seen any of the games, because I turned on a game last week. I just got home, long day. I had some dinner, and I'm like, all right, let's turn on some basketball. It was Game 7 of Oklahoma City versus the Rockets, and I'm like, look, let me just watch some basketball. It's halftime. Surely the protest stuff is over. But in the middle of the segments, they're talking politics. They say, oh, by the way, Jim, that was a bad play. By the way, when are they going to arrest the killers of Breonna Taylor? And like you said, it's a terrible thing that happened. But in the middle of the game, people have to understand the NBA and the NFL is starting on Thursday. Don't think for a minute that they're not going to insert political commentary into the broadcast. And that's exactly what they're doing.
Yeah.
Did they go do it in the NFL too?
I mean, why wouldn't they? I mean, they have already.
I'm about to tune them out too, and I'm ready for these Dallas Cowboys, man.
Oh, the Cowboys!
Yeah, I will tune out Jerry Jones. They come out there acting a fool.
If I turn on a Dallas Cowboy game and I see them kneeling during the national anthem, or they wearing some stupid names on the back of their jerseys, I'm turning it off.
Well, I mean, I tell you, I don't think I would get your hopes up, because I would actually be surprised if we see people, we're at the point now, I'm surprised if we would see people standing. I mean, I think that's where the point that we're at right now. I mean, what's your guys' thought on that?
I mean, when is this stuff going to end? I'm tired of it. Colin Kaepernick started this year. This stuff, man.
They can kneel all they want. I'm not going to be watching.
Yep. And I think that's a sentiment that a lot of people have. I'm sure many people here in the comments feel exactly the same. I get that 100% of the time. So I'm glad we covered LeBron James, Colin Kaepernick. The thing with these people is it's not just that, they don't really know politics. It's not to say that if you're a celebrity or an athlete, you can't talk politics. But when you don't know what the hell you're talking about, I think that's what your main point was with Cardi B. It's like, you want to talk politics, okay. But when you clearly don't know that, taxes and healthcare or anything, just shut up.
And then the NBA pushing this Black Lives Matter when that's a Marxist organization that's against the nuclear family, that's preaching a lie to everybody that black men are being hunted down like animals. I'm not going to support none of that garbage.
Yeah. I mean, I'm black. When I see a white police officer, I'm like, wow, I feel safe.
Yeah. I was like, look, he's doing his job. He's looking at me. Man, I hope he comes over here and frisks me, make sure I'm doing everything
okay. And so what would happen if you told that to a liberal, as black men telling that to a liberal? Now, I know there are some liberals out there who think that you guys aren't black for some reason, so talk to me about that. But if you just told what you just told me to a liberal, what would they tell you?
They would call me a sellout.
Yeah. I wish I could get drafted by white folks, and I ain't got to worry about it no more.
Like the Dave Chappelle?
I ain't black no more. Good. I'm tired of you niggas. I'm going up to the white side, man. You can treat me a whole lot better than you folks. I mean, they try to paint black and white as being liberal, conservative. I mean, we all should be able to follow our own beliefs, our own ideas. I mean, to say that black people can't be conservative is whack. And anybody that says that there's black, you are a black Nazi.
Yeah.
I don't have to agree with you just because of your skin color.
Skin color should not come into play regarding how you think. It has nothing to do with it. It's your skin. You're supposed to be using your effing brain.
Yeah, but if blacks really, black athletes, black celebrities, if they actually knew their history, they actually practiced what they preach, they wouldn't vote left. They'd be all conservatives.
If they had common sense, they wouldn't vote.
If they had an IQ higher than -3, they wouldn't vote on the left. But these people are dumbasses. They're idiots. And I look up to these people, man, but they are stupid people. Really stupid, naive.
Yeah, I mean, when you cut on the NBA and all this stuff and these BLM marches, you see white and black people participating, and that's proof right there.
I'm like, how stupid are these white people walking with these black folks?
I mean, that is proof. Low IQ comes in all races.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you guys also saw, just over the weekend in Rochester, right? How Black Lives Matter mob went over to people at a restaurant and said, "Get out, Black Lives Matter." Now, I want to paint a scenario. Can you imagine if there was a mob of Trump supporters mobbing a restaurant saying, "Make America great again. Get the hell out of this restaurant."
Yeah.
The media,
Go back where
man.
you came from. Oh, that'd be frontline news.
Oh my God! And then Black Lives Matter says, "Hey, no, that they're not a part of our the mental jujitsu or the verbal jujitsu that Black Lives Matter pushes is that they say, hey, we're just focused on police brutality and inequality right now." But then they weaponize the name Black Lives Matter in a broad fashion. You know, Jonathan Isaac, the Orlando Magic player who stood for the national anthem and God forbid didn't wear a Black Lives Matter T-shirt. They asked him, "Excuse me, sir, do you believe that Black Lives matter?" It's like, what the hell is going on?
Of course, everybody supports Black Lives Matter, but not that organization, what it stands for.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't need a slogan to know my life matters. I mean, this
exactly.
It's no brains. You need a slogan to tell you that your life matters, and that message is hurting a lot of black folks because it's really impressionable on younger minds. Like, wow, my life don't matter.
Yeah.
Why does my life matter? Like, and it's just a big lie. It's all a lie.
Exactly. Yeah.
Propaganda.
And they paint you into a corner because they say, well, apparently some people haven't gotten the memo that some Black Lives Matter. And we're like, no, nobody is disagreeing with the statement Black Lives Matter, but the way that you guys weaponize it and use it against conservatives is the main problem, which is why so many people can't get on. And then when you're mobbing people at restaurants in the name of Black Lives Matter, I don't think that does anything good for your movement.
Yeah, and most importantly, that whole Black Lives Matter was started based on a lie. Hands up, don't shoot. You remember that?
Yeah.
That was all a lie. Yeah. It's all a lie that black men are being hunted down like animals. More whites are being shot and killed by cops than blacks. It's just a big lie.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, and the final thing here I want to talk about, you guys, is a little bit about censorship. I know you guys have dealt with this a little bit here, and so has your guys been experienced with like getting shut down on social media at times? And then you guys have a huge platform, but every once in a while there's something that they don't let you say, the things that they don't let you say.
Right. Yeah, like here lately, like we just reached 6 million followers on Facebook, and about 2 weeks ago, every time I would log into my Facebook, I was a video being taken down, or I would be hit with a community guideline strike. And I'm like, I've been on this platform for years. I know what your guidelines is. I'm not out here breaking your guidelines. But all of a sudden, when it's getting close to election, you want to start taking my videos down. And we're at risk of our page being unpublished.
Yeah, we have a big warning. As soon as we sign it says your page is at risk for being unpublished.
Yeah.
For against community standards. And when they give us a strike, they don't go into detail as to what violation you made.
Yeah.
It's just a vague statement against community guidelines.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I was actually in touch with a Facebook, somebody over at Facebook. She said she was going to get back to me in an email.
Yeah.
She never did.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I don't have a specific reason.
Yeah, they can never give you a specific reason.
Yeah.
And the reason why is because, as we learned in some leaked tapes, I don't want to say the name here, but on some leaked footage earlier this year, it's because they have hired these third-party companies in order to do these fact-checking and they have outsourced it. And so we've had that same problem here on Trending Politics. They'll take down a post, they'll flag something, and it's like disciplining your child, and then you don't give them a damn reason what they just did wrong, but it's like, don't do it again. Don't do what again? Just don't do it again.
Yeah, but it's funny, if they fact check everybody on YouTube, Facebook, that's left leaning, all their videos will be taken down because everything that comes out of a liberal's mouth is pure speculation.
It's a verifiable lie.
No facts.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
It's just name calling.
Yeah.
That's it.
And opinions. There's no fact.
Yep. If they want to fact check Republicans, you have to fact check liberals too. I've never seen a liberal Facebook or Instagram fact checked.
But they're fact checking memes. It's a meme.
Yes. Yep. Absolutely. A meme.
Man, it's comedy.
And the way they go about fact checking things is false too. You could have a totally 100% accurate video and they will fact check it, and you said one thing wrong, the whole thing's wrong.
Yep, exactly. They will pick it they will pick it apart. And the last example I'm going to tell you guys, when you talk about liberals versus conservatives, there is a video live on Facebook right now, not from a random page, but from none other than California Governor Gavin Newsom, that's over 2 years old, that still says President Trump refers to immigrants as animals when he never said that. He was referring to MS-13, but they cut the video short. But guess what? That video still has over 7,000 shares and 550,000 views, 520,000 views.
Right.
It is still live on Facebook as we speak. You can go type it in. If that was on one of our pages, that would be taken down within 24 hours.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, most definitely. If you say anything against a politician, that was one of the videos we had on AOC. They took it down because they said it was going against community guidelines. But that same video that was taken down on Facebook was monetized. That video's up on our YouTube channel, monetized. It's on our Instagram, Twitter. No problems at all. But for some odd reason, after about 3 weeks, that video being up and being fully monetized
on Facebook,
they told us to remove it. So we did. We actually removed it. We expired the video. Yeah. Nobody could see it. 2 days later, they come back and delete the video anyway and give us a community guideline strike.
Yeah, because they sent us a warning message. You need to remove this video. So if I just delete the video, I'll lose the income I earned off of it. So I expired it. Yeah, it was not visible to anybody, and they still deleted it.
They actually took another video down because we have other people cross-promote on our page. They took that video down that was cross-promoted, dinged us for it. The guy who originally posted on our Facebook, it's being reinstated, but we still have a community guideline strike against us, even though they've reinstated that video on his channel.
Yeah.
And those things stay with you too. Like unless you follow their specific rules, they will keep that community guidelines and hold it against you in the future. But that doesn't happen for pages like Occupy Democrats or for the governor. You would think the governor of California's Facebook page would be held to higher standards than people like us, but apparently that doesn't matter. You know,
it's that liberal privilege.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, you guys, I appreciate you guys for coming on here. So, official Hodge Twins now. So you guys have this store here with awesome gear, and I want to tell everyone, so there's 20% off when you use the the code Chinese virus, right?
We call it Chinese because it comes from China.
Not because we racist, it's because China is making viruses great again.
Well, you could say that again. So everyone, officialhodgetwins.com and the code very loudly for everyone to hear. Andrew Cuomo, it's not the European virus. It is Chinese virus at officialhodgetwins.com. You guys are awesome. Hey, thanks a bunch for joining me today. And I'll be talking to you guys. Everyone else, thank you guys for all joining us today. The replay is going to be up a little bit later on trendingpolitics.com. And you guys all have a great rest of your day. And I'll be talking with you all very, very soon.
All right. Thank you.